right, so today I've got a little life hack for you, productivity hack slash manifestation hack slash mental health hack. It kind of all goes together. And I got this idea from Alex Hormozi, businessman, owns acquisition.com. He's really awesome and I love listening to him. He's so funny. So he tells people to write down in 15-minute increments, starting at whatever time you get up. So like I get up at 5:30 a.m., so I would start at 5:30 to 5:45, 5:45 to 6, and so on until you go to bed. And he says to set a timer for 15 minutes, and every time it dings, write down what you have been doing during those 15 minutes in 1 to 2 words. And so I thought, well, that's cool for productivity during the day if you want to get things done, but let's flip it into mental health. And so I want you guys to try this sometime. You know, you don't have to do it every single day, but maybe pick one day where maybe even on like a weekend or something, or try it during a work day, especially if you work from home. Really check in with yourself and think about what thoughts was I thinking during these 15 minutes and how am I feeling during this 15-minute block. And I thought that would be a really good way to check in and become aware of where your awareness is because we're not really aware of our awareness a lot of the time. We're not present. So I thought this exercise was really cool in the business world, but it'd also be really cool to be present and kind of train yourself during the day to figure out, well, where am I? Do a body scan. I've called it a body scan for like over a decade, and you just kind of check head to toe. Where am I feeling any tension? Any pain? Is my jaw tight? Even your scalp can get tight, if you can believe it, and that can cause headaches. So where is my body telling me that I might be holding in some stress, suppressing some emotions of some sort? Check in with your emotions. What emotions am I feeling? Where do I feel them in my body? Just kind of scan your brain. What have I been thinking? It's really important to think about what you've been thinking about. We don't really think about that. It's just like we let our mind run amok and it just goes to default programming mode. And it just leads us until we guide it to where we want to go deliberately and consciously. So I think this exercise is super cool for noticing what am I doing with my brain today? And where am I lacking discipline of the faculties of my mind that I can build? And we want to build that really firm foundation first. And we've got to know, what are we aware of? What are we conscious of? What are we thinking of? What are we believing? Think about what thoughts you're thinking. It's really a great idea to know where you're at on that emotional scale, like I've been talking about pretty much every day from Abraham Hicks, and to know where you're at. And again, please sign up for my email list and I'll send it to you. The link is below somewhere. I'll put it in the comments. But it's good to know where you're at on that scale. You could even pull out that scale maybe during this day that you're gonna, do some deep research on yourself and gather some data and just figure out, where am I at on this scale during these 15 minutes? And am I in contentment right now? Or am I in love right now? Or am I in despair right now? What happened in those 15 minutes to take you up or down that scale? I would suggest doing this for a week if you can. Somebody else suggested, it might have been Russell Brunson or it was somebody, but somebody suggested doing it every 5 minutes, which would be like a little bit harder than the 15 minutes because the 15 minutes is a little difficult on its own. But I'd suggest doing it maybe on maybe a Sunday when you're not doing much, or a Saturday when you're not doing much, or whatever day is your weekend. And maybe then doing it on an actual work day and see where your time leaks are. See how much time you might be wasting scrolling, and even on YouTube, how much time are you wasting, My videos, hopefully they help you, but I want you to implement them. I don't want you to spend hours upon hours on YouTube and, just not implementing. So that's why I try to give some sort of exercise that you can do off of the platform because we need to implement and we need to be present in life. And I love YouTube too, but we got to turn it off sometimes, don't we? And live. So yeah, I thought that I'd share that because I love business. I've always been into business. I've always been into mental health, and I love manifestation. So of course, this kind of ties it in together. It's like if you know where your frequency is, you can look at your emotions and your feelings as a frequency, then you know whether you're aligned or you're not aligned to what you're wanting. Are you in your self number 1 or self number 2? You get to decide where you're at, but first you got to know where you're at. A lot of people don't know how they're even feeling. So it's really good to check in with you because you're wanting to get you under control. You're wanting to get mastery of yourself. And in order to do that, we have to be present and learn about who am I and what am I thinking about on a daily basis and what am I feeling? What am I believing? What are my belief systems that I've carried with me for so long that may not belong to me, that were programmed into me a long time ago? And then what is currently programming you? Because then you're going to know, okay, if I'm up or down on the scale, wherever I'm at, whatever emotion I'm in, something caused me to shift to that state. So look at it as these are mental states on the scale. So the mental state is what you're going to create from. That's what you're going to allow and basically allow your manifestations in. And you're going to be able to align your energy with that frequency. So it's a good way to just kind of get to know you and where you're at dominantly versus just going through your day haphazardly and not really knowing, until you get home, you're like, oh, I've been suppressing my emotions all day. Now I just got to like take it out on somebody. And then we get into a fight with somebody, or we just want to go straight to sleep, or we just spend hours, numbing ourselves with TV or whatever it is that you do. It's like during the day, if you really, figure out where you're at, you can do something about it instead of just like suppressing it or wallowing in it. Whatever you do during your day, it helps to kind of give you some empowerment to know that you can do something about it during the day. So I thought I'd share that with you guys today. I'm going to do this tomorrow. So hold me to it. I challenge you to do it too. Maybe tomorrow with me or another day. But I'd love to hear how it helps you, if it helps you, or if you just can't stand it, let me know. So, or if it's difficult for you or easy for you, I'd love to hear. So anyway, I'll let you go today. I can't remember if I introduced myself or not at the beginning. I think I did. It's video 228. I'm Samantha. I'm a therapist. I'm creating a video for a day. I think I already said that, yes. So thank you guys for watching so much. If this helped you in any way, please share it with somebody who else it might help. And please like and subscribe if you'd like to. I'd love to have you here with me. And remember, you are so loved. Pass that on to somebody who needs to hear it today. And remember to appreciate yourself, because what you appreciate appreciates. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.